Good morning, people. It has been such a very long time that I have seen you, wonderful people, and that we have done behind the highlight reels. Well, it feels like such a very long time. But today we have a phenomenal show, very special show, and I'm super excited. But y'all know how it goes. As always, I'm going to give you guys a chance to share, and then I will share at the same time, and we'll talk about what I have going for us today. So let me go ahead and give you that countdown so that we can share. Okay, so we in there. I finally got to share. Let me make sure it's right because Facebook always be playing with me about my stuff. Okay, we in there. So today, for the new people who do not know, I am Theresa. I am a mindset management coach and business advisor, and the host of this phenomenal show behind the highlight reels. And the whole purpose of this show is to actually get the information and the real stories of what happens behind those beautiful highlight reels that we see on social media. Because as we know, it is not as luxurious as we see on the highlight reels. So this show is all about educating, telling those transformational stories, and being very transparent, naturally transparent, and 1,000% real. And today we have this phenomenal woman here. Her name is Glenda Jones. Y'all, I met her at this women's retreat, a small business women's retreat. I think it was last year. I don't know. Y'all know 2020 messed up all my concept of time. But I met her at this phenomenal retreat. And the moment I seen her, I was like, oh, I need to know what she doing over there, because she's talking about eating right, and she's like talking about cooking and all the things. Like, none of the stuff she's talking about sounds like what I have naturally heard or really hear from people about eating right. Like, the stuff she talking about cooking sound good. Like, okay, I need to talk to this woman. And so from that moment on, I was like, yes, I'm gonna get her in something. I'm gonna be involved with her in some capacity. We're gonna have to hook up, right? So let me tell y'all about this amazing lady here. She is, as you guys seen on the flyer, she is a nutrition, wellness, and kitchen coach. All right. She is a natural food educator, and we all need that, especially at this time. She is an instructor and a proctor for the National Restaurant Association. So she's one of those people that we want to make sure that everybody that's in the restaurant business know her, because we want people to be fixing our food the right way. Okay. Because, yeah, we don't want no diseases out here. And she also sits on the Community Outreach and Engagement Advisory Board for UAB, the O'Neill Comprehensive Cancer Center. She has so many other accolades, like pages full, that I can give you guys, but I want y'all to hear from herself what all she's doing, because I don't want to belabor the point, y'all. She is phenomenal when it comes to food, nutrition, and health, and she's going to grace us with her appearance today. So everybody help me welcome Miss Glenda Jones.
Hey, how's it going?
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today on Behind the Highlight Reels. We are super excited to have you. And I know I gave all that information about what you do, but tell me a little bit about like all that you do and how do you help people, period.
Oh my goodness, Theresa, that is a whole lot of words. But what I will say is my goal is to help people become their best self, one bite at a time. That's simple. It's about what you put in is what you get out. So if you're going to put junk in, you're going to get junk out. So if you're feeling junky, tired, miserable, then maybe you need to backtrack and see what you're putting in. What you're putting in your body. What are you eating? Are you fueling your body with gasoline as if it was a, a Maserati, some gasoline running car, or are you putting diesel in a gas running vehicle? Because if you put diesel in a gas running vehicle, it's not going very far.
Right.
And
So
if you
I love that you put it all together in life. A lot of times, I'm just talking about me. Growing up, I didn't think like food had anything to deal with like how my life is going, like my emotions, any of that stuff. And now that I've gotten older, I realize like even what I eat really takes a toll on how I feel emotionally, how I feel like energetic, and all of that good stuff. Like I never, literally never knew that food was so important to my body and my lifestyle. So
Mhm.
I'm glad that you mentioned that. Now, I want to ask you, have you always been into food, or was this something that you did like as you got in through life? How has that transitioned?
Okay, I'd say yes and no.
Mhm.
Yes, I've always had a passion for food. I mean, even as a little girl, I love to cook. I love to be in the kitchen, following my grandmother. I mean, I'd get off the school bus and rush in the house to cook before my mom came home from work. Now, mind you, I didn't know what cooking was or what I was doing necessarily, but I was in there playing and creating as a kid. And
Mm.
then as I watched my grandmother, who had a passion for cooking also, that made a difference. And so from there, I just kind of took off and just started doing it. It wasn't necessarily healthy cooking as I do today, but definitely feeding the body.
Right.
And about 19 years ago, my husband got really, really sick. And he was sick for almost 3 years. And he, wasn't walking very well. Energy level was gone. They diagnosed him saying fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, and which meant I really don't know what's wrong with you,
Mhm.
but you're sick. He wasn't functioning to be able to work. It was just a lot of pain. We were in the ER quite a few times. We went to 9 different doctors in 3 different states, exhausted all we had, our friends had, and everything else. And nothing was changing. And then we were introduced to a lifestyle center that actually one of my family members sent us to, and they switched our diet and shifted things. And what we saw change in him was miraculous. In about 3 weeks, what had been almost 3 years plaguing us was altered in about 3 weeks. And he was walking and pain was decreased. I mean, one day he was walking and I was nervous. I hadn't seen him in about a week, and I got there and we were getting ready to walk, and he would walk. We were supposed to walk after breakfast, and I started walking with him, and after a while, he walked 4.5 miles laughing at me because I was tired. This was a miracle. So it all happened with changing the body, changing our lifestyle, changing how we function. And you said something a little bit ago when you said you didn't know that your emotions were affected by what you ate. What I find is our emotions affect what we eat.
Yeah, that too.
Yes. And so that was just a sidebar there. But basically, how we feel has a lot to do with what we're putting in our bodies and how our bodies are functioning. Because so many times we can put the wrong thing in so much that
Mhm.
something is broken. Our body's like that car, it needs to go in and it needs to be fixed. We need to tune it up and we need to put better things in so that we'll get better results.
Now, for you guys, your husband's switch was kind of like you had to do it, right?
Yes.
So, did you work with him? Like, were you like, okay, that's your diet, and I'm still doing what I'm doing, or I'm with you, hus?
Well, being that I am the person in the kitchen in this house, it became a team effort because we were a team and I wanted to see him well so much that I mean food was just minor at that point. If you changing, we all changing because we're gonna all figure this out and we're gonna do it together. But what I did know was that change did affect me because prior to that, I had high cholesterol.
Hmm.
I'm in my late 20s with high cholesterol. I mean, really. I had high, and they tell me it was, they said it's genetic. There's nothing you can do. You're going to be on medication soon. So I'm taking, the thought of taking medication. My hormone levels were crazy. And I had all kinds of issues that I hadn't addressed.
Right.
And it wasn't until after we both switched to help him that I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm feeling better. My cholesterol was normal.
Wow.
Everything was great.
So what would you say was your most difficult part of switching? Like, cause I'm like, I've said this before. At first, last year around this time, I had transitioned into like healthier eating. I had started doing CrossFit and absolutely loved it. And with CrossFit, I started eating better because, I felt like I put in all that work. I didn't want to mess it up with my
Mhm.
eating, so I started eating better. And then COVID hit, and I was all that was out the window. So now I'm back into that transition zone, but it has been like completely different because now I weigh more than I've ever weighed in my life, like even before when I was doing CrossFit. And so now I'm realizing, like, okay, these transitions are a little bit more difficult.
Mhm, mhm.
That I've fallen off. How would you say, like, what would you say was your most difficult part of that transition for you?
Oh, that's a deep question and one I really hadn't thought about because when you are in the midst of the fire, you're not thinking about what's hard.
Mm,
You're looking at and viewing the end result of where you want to be and where
yeah,
you're going. And for me, that means I can't focus on what's hard. I got
yeah,
to get up and just do what needs to be done. And a moment of encouragement now in these COVID times, I'd say everybody's where you are. I've
mm,
been struggles and I'm human and I can share my struggles as far as weight and when you're in the house. And that goes back to our emotional state affecting our physical, and we're not connecting relational as much as we were.
mm,
So all of that is affecting it. And that's why we have to do things a little different. And Theresa, thank you for doing this because this helps us to connect better.
yeah.
This is a part of helping us to get our mindset straight so that we can physically get better and to know that you're not alone. You may be in your house alone, but you're not alone.
Well, I'm so glad you said that because you know the whole purpose of the show is behind the highlight
Mhm.
reel. You looking on social media, you will literally feel defeated because you see everybody else in their beautiful angles. They not posting that fat roll that they just got for COVID. You
They're
know,
not.
they not posting that. These people are working these angles, and I had to take a moment off of social media myself personally because I'm like, why is my weight going up and I don't see everybody else weight going up? What they over there doing? And realizing like they must be doing the same thing. Then they just working them angles because I seen them in person at the store or something. They ain't look like that.
It's
So
technology.
yes, we all in this together. And so for me, one of the things that I tried to do, and so tell me your opinion because I very much value it. One of the things I tried to do was like slowly transition. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna cook more. I'm not gonna eat out no more. And because I have asthma, I already transitioned. When it gets cold, I don't eat that much ice cream, or I try not to eat too much dairy foods. I don't drink milk. I drink almond milk, but I just started using vegan cheese, and it
Mhm.
has been very interesting.
I
Um,
can help you with that now.
very interesting, but it's not bad. Like I'm trying to change my mindset to where I'm not eating because like I just absolutely want it. Everything doesn't have to be amazing. I'm eating because I need to. But like, what would you
Oh,
say for people like me, like to help us transition our mind into this? What
okay.
we need?
Okay, Theresa, I got you. And I guess the first thing I'm going to say is you are on the right track. So pat yourself on the back. It's small steps.
Mm-hmm.
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater and go throw everything out your refrigerator and dump all your cabinets and then look lost and feel like I can't do this because you'll feel defeated.
Yeah.
So I suggest that it's one step at a time. And you're doing that. It's
Mm-hmm.
one decision. And it starts with a decision. So
Yeah.
one decision here, and that decision will affect everything. First, evaluate yourself. Why are you doing what you're doing? Are you emotionally eating? Are why are you buying this junk? Are you bored? Are you lonely? Or
Mm-hmm.
you want to halt. You want to look at things. Are you hungry? Are you lonely? Are you angry? Are you tired? What's going on? And then plan.
Mm.
You want to plan. And you're right. it's so much out there and people are looking so many ways. And I can just share it with you that I don't know anybody who hadn't gained weight during this time. And I raised both of my hands.
Yes, honey. So
But
let me ask you,
mhm,
you said to plan.
mhm.
So you had your experiences sounds like the experience that I've had with well I've heard from many of my friends where they learned from their mom or their grandmom and things like that. Well, a lot of people are surprised that I don't cook like that, and I've taken a lot of negative comments about that. But at the same time, like my mom doesn't cook like that. My mom cooks those staples, but my dad was the cook of the family. And
And
so
that's
I
okay.
have like that mom to be in the kitchen. And my dad, it wasn't the same as like me being in the kitchen trying to learn. Most of the time when my dad would have us out there trying to learn, it was because he was fixing the car and he wanted to teach us how to change some brakes or change the oil. So what would you say, like, for people like me, I'm in this place where, okay, I am trying to cook more and I don't cook like everybody else, but I'm trying to do a little bit more than the regular staples that I know. What would you say would be like the easiest way to like get into that? I know it's the one step at a time, but like what else? What other options or advice would you have?
I think I would say add more fruits and vegetables,
Okay.
regardless of how you cook or what you cook. And that's part of why I'm here is because you can eat and enjoy your food. That part I can show you. Like I said, authored my first book and there are recipes in there. I just started a video series where we're doing cooking classes and cooking with you stuff. You'll hear more about that in January. But add more fruits and vegetables, whether that's in a smoothie.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a green smoothie. You can just make a smoothie with your favorite fruits and dump some spinach in there. You won't even taste it. Dump some kale in there.
Oh,
Just adding more fruits and vegetables into your diet in simple ways. Changing up your salads. Just
mm,
eating fruits and vegetables is, you can do so many more things than just a salad.
yeah. Okay.
And
Um,
then not being hard on yourself and just talking and looking for ways to incorporate simple, easy meals. And your story doesn't have to start out like my story or
mm,
anybody else's story to get the results that you need because you're not me.
right.
And you can get where you need to go and still enjoy your food. So
Okay.
let's just simple. What do you like? What are your favorite foods? And let's talk about that. And what I do in kitchen coaching is help you take your favorite foods and adjust it to a healthier version
Oh, okay. So I
so
may
that you don't feel like you're missing out.
yeah, I may need to talk to you about some kitchen coaching then, because I have a lot of my favorite foods are not like the healthiest. So I'm still trying to figure that out. Like I love macaroni and cheese. And even though I'm okay with this vegan cheese, I just can't see my life with real without the real cheese in the macaroni. But I don't know. Have you figured this out?
Well, last week for Thanksgiving, I did 2 cooking classes online, and one was all holiday foods. We made dressing, macaroni and cheese. We made a whole line of stuff. And I
Wow.
tell you, I have friends that don't eat the way I eat. They don't do, didn't, but I've had one girlfriend who will pick my macaroni and cheese over the one with the dairy cheese. So
Oh,
yes, there's a system. Yes,
so
you can
it
have
is
what you want.
possible. Okay.
It is doable. It
Okay.
is. And a lot of it starts here. Don't
Mm,
tell yourself that it's going to taste like that. That's not what you're looking
oh,
for.
yeah.
And when you change that and say, I want this because it's good to me, it's good for me. And when you can enjoy it, ooh, I'm talking that changes the
Yeah.
world.
I think it's so important for us, and I'm not saying that we don't have any black women that do these types of things, but I don't think that we have enough that are visible and that are out there. Because a lot of times what we'll see, and I'm gonna just talk about me and my experience, a lot of times what I will see when I look up these healthy meals is a lot of other women that are showing us healthy
Mhm,
meals, and
mhm.
I'm already like, well, they're not gonna put no seasoning in there, or they putting some random stuff in there. I don't want that. And so what I realized is I do look for people that look more like me that I know probably grew up on the foods that I grew up, because I know when
Yes.
they're doing their transition, they know what we're coming from. And so
Exactly.
I think that is vital. And I'm so glad that you were able to be on this show with me and do your book and your show. Like, I can't wait for yours because we need to see more of that. Like, I need to know that I'm not out here about to be looking at a recipe and they don't put pecans in the macaroni or something like that. Like, I
Go
just,
to jail, send them straight to jail. No, we are not doing that. But
yeah,
I understand where you're coming from. I
yeah.
totally, yeah.
So I absolutely love this whole thing. So I don't want, before you say too much, tell us a little bit about what we're going to be looking forward to for January for you, because you done said you about to put out a lot. We want to make sure we follow you and stuff. What are we looking forward to?
Okay. And I probably shouldn't have said all that yet because it's not completed. But since I opened that door, let me go ahead and share with you what we did last week. Is I also work with people with allergies.
Oh wow. Yes.
And you have a lot of people that are gluten free, that are need to be dairy free, and they don't want to be flavor free.
Mm-hmm.
So I work with them in creating recipes that are good for them, that help them, to enjoy their food and to actually feel well. So what I did last week, right before Thanksgiving, is we did a regular plant-based Thanksgiving meal. I mean, nothing was missing. And I have to share that with you later. And then we also did a gluten-free version the very next day for
Oh
my
wow.
allergy people. Because a lot of people don't even realize the damages of wheat for some people. If you have autoimmune issues or inflammatory issues of any sort, then that's something that will feed that. And you want to step away. And that can be a struggle and can be hard. So I just that. So what we're going to be working on is a membership deal. And my allergies and sinuses have been killing me. So we're going to be working on a membership deal where we are creating a group, a motivational support group,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can all come together and I can share with you as a group how to improve on your diet, what recipes will help best, monthly classes, and things like that. So
Oh,
that's
I
the
love that.
summary that I can't detail for you yet.
Yes, I love it, and I can't wait to see more information. After this, I'm gonna get the information, so that we'll know, and I'll also share it with my people so that they'll be prepared and ready. And it's funny that you're doing this because one of the segments that I'll be doing in New Year's is with another chef, Chef Dev. I think you know her too. She's
Mhm.
gonna be showing me some cooking and things like that, so that I can get me some more meals under my belt. But I'm super excited to learn from different people, these different environments and different cooking styles. I absolutely love this, everything you're doing. And I love that you even mentioned, and you keep mentioning that it's a mindset thing. And it's funny because I am a mindset management coach. I coach people into transitioning their mindset with everything else, with business, relationships. But this is still something I'm struggling with to get my mindset worked right for eating healthy. Like, I can eat healthy for like maybe a few weeks and then I'd be like, oh, I'm just tired. I'm just tired of it. So I'm excited to be a part of this. Tell us a little bit about, like, I guess how, like, I guess some advice on how to shift your mindset, like for people who just don't know, like what are some steps maybe they could take daily to start to transition that mindset.
I think I'd say set small goals,
Mm-hmm.
increase your water intake. That's all I'm going to do this week. I'm going to this week work on increasing my water. Check, got that done. Okay, I'm going to add some more fruits to my diet this week. Okay, check, I got that done. What do I need to take away from my diet? I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to eat French fries this week.
Right.
So then what you realize is, for me, I'm not going to tell you not to eat French fries. Don't go to McDonald's and eat French fries. But you can take a white sweet potato,
Mm-hmm.
and you can cut them up, and I can show you how to put it in your air fryer, and you can enjoy a healthier version of your French fries.
Love that. So you're not trying to tell us take it away. You're trying to show us a better way to make it.
Exactly. Let's become a better way to make it. Because many times when I say you got to take it all away, then you go, oh, I'm defeated. I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Or you do like you did. You got 3 weeks in. I'm tired of chewing this salad. I'm done. But if I can say, let's ease into it and let's shift those things you like and just kind of tweak them a little bit and
Mm-hmm.
slowly do it that way. And then you're not missing anything. The next thing you know, you're a year 2 down the road going, man, I feel good. And the better you feel, the more motivated you are to go
Yeah.
back and shift and change more.
Yes.
And
And
usually
that's
it
true.
takes about 3 to 4 weeks, 21 days, 28 days to create a habit. So you have to get through that stage. And the first 5 to 7 days of anything is usually the most challenging. And
Mm.
journaling, thinking about why you're doing what you're doing. What's your why? Why do you want to eat better? Is it because you want to be better? What ways do you want to be better?
Right.
Physically be better. You want to mentally be better. You want to sleep better. You want to, because you can't have a business. And I'm talking entrepreneur to entrepreneur. You cannot have a successful business if you're sick.
Right.
Because if you're sick and tired, you're sick and tired and you're not running business.
And that's true. That's true. And that's literally one of the things that I had to learn for myself. Like, and this is why I started the transition last year with CrossFit and stuff. Because I was like, first of all, I'm about to be 30 something years old and I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to have kids. I don't want my kids to be here. My pregnancy take me out, or like I have kids and I can't run and play and stuff because I'm just 500 pounds. So that was like, okay, I got to get it together. And I want to live for my
Mhm.
kids. So I'm glad you mentioned that. And the journaling thing. I never even realized how important just simple journaling was. And I like that the way you explain things is not like the defeatedness. Like for me, when I first tried this transition and why I had failed so many times in life before, I was trying to do like what I see everybody else do with the
Mhm.
meal prep, and they eat that same meal all week. I can't do
Mhm.
that. By the
I
third
can't do
day,
that
I'm sick of
either.
it. I'm sick of it. So I was literally making salads in a jar, and I would try to like switch up the different salads, but it was still a salad in a jar, and I was trying to eat
Mhm.
that every single day, and I was just so sick of salad. And so I love that, like, you are literally saying, what do you already eat? Let's take it and just a little switch here, a little tweak there, and now you have something completely better and healthier for you. And I think
Yeah.
that's vital because I can't be doing what everybody else doing. My life is not like theirs.
And you are not everybody else. And guess what? We don't know what they really are doing.
Right. Just because they posted them meals, I don't know if they got eaten for real.
We don't know. So
So,
we just got to go with what we're doing, keeping our why in forefront and being open to trying new things, being open to tasting new things and experiencing new things. That makes a difference. And sugar is one of those things that's very challenging for most people to get off of or to switch up. Okay, but that doesn't mean you can't have sweet. That means you don't need sugar. So
mm.
then there are ways to do that. That's not self-defeating, but
So let
that's
me ask you,
satisfying.
I love ice cream. Is there a healthy? Now, what I have seen was bananas, but I'm allergic to bananas too. So, is there other options besides like coconut? Because I don't like coconuts either. Like, what options do I have?
Yes, there are several different options, and you can find you say you do almonds, so you can make an ice cream with the almond milk. You can
Oh,
you love different fruits, sorbets.
oh, okay.
You have mangoes and peaches, and you could do a sorbet and blend that up and pull that out and sprinkle coconut. No, you said no coconut. Sprinkle nuts on there and eat that. Because dairy is affecting your asthma. It
Yeah.
creates mucus in your body, and we want to stay away from that. But it is a stress when you're looking at it. What can I eat? I want my dairy. I want my milk. I want my ice cream. Well, let's shift that. And when you're eating a sorbet, you're eating maybe almond yogurt if you like that, and putting different fresh fruits and vegetables in that. But yeah, we make ice cream here. That's the one thing my husband does. He makes ice cream,
Oh, okay.
and
So
it's
yeah,
no dairy, no coconut milk.
yeah.
You can do it with oat milk. You can do it with almond milk.
I've never had oat milk, but I've been on almond milk for years, and so I don't even I haven't had anything else. So I'm pretty excited. Talk to us about one because I don't want to keep us long because this is a lunch break series. But talk to us one about how to get in touch with you for this book because you say the book is out. Like I can go ahead and get it now, right? Okay. Yes.
Yes, this is my book, God Speaks in the Kitchen, and basically it's an inspirational cookbook and it has stories and adventures in there that motivate you to start cooking healthily. And it also it shows my experience where God speaks to me in the kitchen. In the kitchen, when I stop and I listen and I ask the questions, what do I need to put in this? Then the answers come. And many times what we need to do when we're trying to figure out what to eat and we stop and we ask the questions and the answers will come. That answer may be through me. That answer may be through purchasing my book. That answer may be, I don't know, going on Pinterest and looking it up. It's so many different things that we can do. But you can find my book. You can contact me at gjsweet.llc, 256-655-8359 to order my book directly. Yes, I have a case of them sitting over here in my office. Or you can go to Amazon and even Barnes & Noble and get my book.
Girl, listen, you have been stepping on my toes through this whole episode. And I love it though, because you said God speaks to you in the kitchen. And it's so crazy because so many times we know that we're supposed to go to God for things first. But I never, ever, ever thought about going to God before I like go make a meal or like what I'm going to eat, Lord. Like I've never thought about that. So
I'm about the little things.
Yeah, I forget about those little things that we take those things for granted. Because I'm over here, Lord, about the big stuff, and He like, well, come to me about everything. So yes, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Glenda, I am so excited to get some more information about this group that I'm about to be in, and I will be talking to you about getting this book. I don't know. I have to see if I want to wait for Amazon to come and just get it for you. Because
Well, let me tell you, when you purchase your book from me, there's also a quick start guide that comes with it that I did online. So an ebook, a quick start guide. If you go on Amazon, you'll get the book, but you will not get that quick start guide. So that's the advantage.
Get my book for you. Okay. Yes. All right. So I thank you so much for joining me, telling us about how to make these healthy transitions. And y'all heard her. She kept saying small steps. So I'm about to take my small step and get this book and Health Start Guide. Thank you, Glenda.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, guys. I am super, super excited to see like everything that you got going on. Like I'm legit ready for this group. Okay. And for me to see how you can assist me in my journey of learning more about the kitchen and for other people to see it too, because I know I'm not the only one that don't cook and that don't be in the kitchen like that, so make sure you guys contact Glenda. She do have, I put her information, I do this every time, there we go, right there on the screen. Make sure you contact her and get your book from her. Reach out. She already gave you her stuff.
And you can also find me on Instagram at gjsweet.com. And you can also find me on Facebook, Glenda Jones.
All right. And if you're paying attention, you should see her tagged in here. So go ahead and follow the link to her Facebook as well. So thank you again, Glenda, so much. I'm going to go ahead and let these people go so that they can go ahead and hop on this email or your Facebook to order this book from you, okay?
All right. Sounds great.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.